The only reason why we said that we said that is because we was told that you were gonna come on like what 2 people.
All right,
I think it was Kakarot and somebody else. I forgot who.
all right.
Kakarot
And
and
then you got
Mata.
Kakarot. You said what?
Kakarot and Mata.
Yeah, Kakarot and Mata. They were in the live and they said that you said you was gonna come here, and that's why Kakarot came here and he was here for a second, and then he knows that you weren't here for like after 20, 30 minutes, and then he left. But anyways, what we wanted to talk about was the whole like reasoning as to why Big Almond like why you think Big Almond won that point, since we never actually got to finish because everybody and their mama wanted to start like
that was a
Yeah, sure. So the reason why I think Ahmed won the point, if what he said was being said truthfully, obviously, if he negated your point and just put forth a proposition, and at one point you didn't add on to his supplementary ideas on why proposition is correct, then I think the negative side will automatically win. I had that position explaining that throughout the whole live. That's why I think Ahmed won.
Yeah. And you think?
Okay,
so sorry. Go on. I'll say it after.
So to paraphrase what you're saying, you think that I didn't attack his argument,
No.
therefore it'll be on his side? Or like what?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you attacked his argument. He brought forth a equalized fashion or negating one's argument. Therefore, negating one's argument was last heard. If that is what he said was true, because that's what he was telling me, then he won the debate, because that's what last was said, and that was his negative side. I would say that for
what he's saying is essentially like a way more complex and extended way of saying burden of proof.
It's not even with burden. I just said you can't explain. Wait.
Wait.
Okay,
Sorry. Wait.
No,
Wait. So on the Wikipedia, you literally put it up. It literally said they were discussing the burden of proof.
No. Okay. Yeah. So the reason why that's retarded, and I'm gonna explain how I agree with some parts and not the other. Right. So I'm gonna ask you to acknowledge again that I make a statement. Cows don't exist. What is my evidence to prove cows don't exist? Go ahead. What's my burden?
Cows don't exist?
Yes. If I make the claim cows don't exist, what's the burden of evidence?
There is no evidence.
Okay.
Your burden is to prove. Your burden is to prove that claim.
So you can't have evidence, or you can't have a burden to prove said non-existence.
You have to prove that claim.
Yeah, how? I'm asking you. If it's impossible, then there's no way. It's just neutrally right.
Well, you made the claim. You made the claim that there's no.
Oh my God, Nana, answer the question. Stop dodging it. How can you prove it if there's no way to prove it? You just saying you have to prove it. I'm asking you, what is the metric to prove said claim? You're not answering that.
What is the metric to prove that cows don't exist?
You're agreeing it's impossible.
That is dependent on the person making the claim.
Oh my God, Nana, if you agree it's impossible, then there's no point.
When did I agree? What did I say? What did I say? I agree
you just said you have none.
Did I just say that?
Oh my fucking God. I'm so glad I got this on recording. Holy.
Yo, Ignan.
Yeah, who got it on record? I don't remember.
I got it on record. Like I asked him the analogy. If cows don't exist, what's my evidence to prove that? He says you have no evidence. Like what?
Wait. Why would that negative immediately be right though?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not. That's what y'all misunderstood. That's the misunderstood information that y'all seem not to understand. I never once said the negative is immediately right. The whole point of a negative claim is to suspend, to my ideation, right? The whole point of a negative claim is to suspend one's judgment that's affirmating such a positive claim, right? I think negative claims can only be coherent in a sense and prove their judgment whenever they suspend the positive side. That comes either A, whenever you equalize it and the positive claim can't be truthful no more, or B, whenever you directly debunk the positive claim and refute it. Those are the only two options that I know idealistically of a negative claim. And that's the only way that I know that a negative claim can be proved or equalized to hold validity. But y'all can go ahead and wait. This is the question I've been asking for the whole time. If there's any alternative method to prove such negative claim, please tell me, because I think it's impossible to list any alternative method.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, so I'm not making a claim about negative claims or whatever. That's the whole thing. But I will say this: I did refute his claims about what I said, and I even explained why it doesn't attack my argument either. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, you. But so I'm confused as to why he still won everything he said.
So Ignan, I don't know if you heard me in the live. So I literally asked you multiple times in the live, Ignan, were you the last one to respond to said negative claim? You didn't answer me once. I asked the same thing to Bert. Wait. But listen. I asked the same thing. Wait, no. Just listen. I asked the same thing to Bert. Fucking Almond. Almond answered me clearly by saying yes. And at that moment, if that is true, he wins the entirety of it. And you...
Wait.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Ignan made the last claim, though.
Okay, and that's my whole point. I heard from one perspective. Whenever I asked Ignan, he didn't answer me. So under the hypothetical, he realistically loses. Any other hypothetical where he actually answered said negative claim and he didn't equalize a negative claim lastly, then he wins. It's very simple. But from my recollection and from what I heard, he didn't.
So wait, so you're saying since he made, hold on, and it's hypothetical that he made the last claim. You're saying that since he made the last negative claim,
not just the last claim. Just it's negating yours and it's the finalized claim.
Okay, but here's the thing though, right? It could only negate mine if it's attacking the point that I made, but it didn't attack the point at all. It didn't even get a equal interpretation or nothing.
No, that's not how.
But his point does not matter if it's not attacking my point.
Yay.
The new one? I'm about to come. Yo. Watch it in the front.
Yo.
I'm about to come watch it.
Kaga, this is the one.
Huh?
This is the guy.
What?
Yeah, this is the guy that you wanted to talk to.
Alright, yeah, so go ahead, repeat what you said, Ignat. I was talking.
Okay, like I said before, his last claim did not attack my point, and I explained why. It doesn't matter if he made the last claim or not, because it never attacked my point.
Inherently, but okay. Ignat, do you know inherently having like a claim that's oppositional to your opponent, if you don't give reasoning to your positive claim, then
I'm not gonna lie.
inherently attacking
I seen in the last live, but it was full. And I don't know if you knew you said this, but you said a negative claim would be held true if it can't be proven false. Do you realize you said that?
What?
Yeah, you said that.
No, I never said that. I think
you definitely said that. That's why I remember when you said that, I requested up.
Yeah, when did I say that? And if I did, I think any claim...
It was in Hezzy's live.
Let me finish. I think any claim would be held true.
You just asked me a question.
Hold on, yeah. About a timestamp of when I said it. You're just gonna
say
the last live.
Yeah, it was
you don't have a direct timestamp.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm giving you a general timestamp.
Yeah, and that's... I'm asking you, where in the live did I say it? You just say in the live.
Yeah, it was in Hezzy's live.
Question.
If you don't remember exactly when you said it, I
then it's probably not true because I don't say that.
You said that, like whether you believe it or not, that's what came out of your mouth. I'm not gonna argue with you on whether you said it or not.
I was gonna respond to it anyway. But yeah, let me respond to it anyway because if I supposedly hypothetically said it, then I'm gonna respond to it.
Okay, hold on, Soul, calm down. Obviously, I asked you if you realized you said it or not. Obviously, you didn't realize you said it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna attack the hypothetical diagram where I did say it.
But you realize like that if you did say that, that'd be like an argument of ignorance, right?
No. Okay, so this is the whole point, right?
So you're saying that?
Wait. I don't get this. How are you gonna get so mad whenever I try to speak? Whenever you ask me a question, whenever I ask you a question,
wait,
no. You just asked me a question. I let you answer my question. You just asked me a question. You realize that would be an argument from ignorance.
I never finished talking. I promise.
Yeah, you asked me a question. You said, "Do you realize that would be an argument from ignorance?" Like, did you not?
And you said no. So
yeah, and I'm gonna explain that. You can't just attack it whenever I say it. That's retarded.
Okay. So I'm gonna finish talking, right?
No,
it was a question. It was a question.
First, you have to explain either A, why argument from ignorance would be totally fallacious. I think some fallacies are not just inherently fallacious whenever you label them as a fallacy. So it's very simple. So if you want to go ahead and go down that rabbit hole and explain why argument from ignorance is fallacious, then go ahead.
Does it make sense to stop me in the middle of my sentence and
you stop me in the middle of my sentence whenever you ask me a question, so I wouldn't care.
So you just
stopped me in the middle of my sentence whenever I asked you a question. Whenever you answer a question and I didn't care.
Okay.
I wouldn't care. I'm telling you, I wouldn't care because you did the same thing to me just now.
Soul.
Are you gonna answer the question or not?
It's not that important. I promise.
Okay, so you're just gonna dodge the question.
Listen.
Don't ask questions. You don't want something
Just listen. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Hold on. Does it make sense for you to say, right? That you can't just yell out a fallacy, you have to explain, and then interrupt me before I can explain how you're being fallacious. Does that make sense to you?
Wait. Does it make sense for you, like, to ask a question and then not let your opponent respond and not even say that question was rhetorical?
You already responded.
I was responding. I literally said no, and then I continue to respond, and you cut me off. I said no, I continue to respond, and you cut me off. How are you gonna say I wasn't responding?
Bro, I was one person causing the whole shit fest. Like, can we...
So you already responded no, so I was gonna educate you.
No, oh my god, I was gonna give I responded no, and I was going to give an explanation on why it's no.
Okay.
You can't just say, oh, I'm going to respond right after. No, I was going to give explanation.
You the creator, bro. Can you moderate?
Yeah. So real quick. So Soul, right? Obviously, you're a little bit slower than the rest. So if you allow me to educate you, that'd be great, right?
Go ahead.
So if you're saying that X is false because it cannot be proven true, that is an argument of ignorance, right? That is verbatim what you said. Can you explain why that wouldn't be an argument of ignorance?
I can talk now?
Yeah, just don't say anything stupid or try not to.
Well, yeah, you just said something stupid. But
I know it's hard for you. I know it's hard for you, but go ahead.
I mean, yeah, you can think that. I'll tell you any topic you want. Like, your shit.
Yeah,
oh my fucking gosh.
I'll respond to it now, right?
No.
Like I said, I don't care if it's labeled as an argument for ignorance. I think inherently fallacies in general.
You don't care if it's labeled.
This nigga's hypocrite. This nigga's a hypocrite. Like, there's no way. Like, I just try to finish a sentence and he cuts me off. I just let you finish the full sentence. Let me finish. No, stop asking questions. Let me finish.
I'm take-offul. I'm ad-libbing. Continue.
Okay, yeah. Cool, right? So, I don't care if it's labeled as an argument from ignorance. I think fallacies in general, whenever you're just labeling them as something and not explaining why it's actually faulty style of reasoning, then I don't account it to being actually fallacious styles of reasoning. I think on that behalf, you would have to prove why that fallacy and that usage is faulty style of reasoning. Argument from ignorance is one of the fallacies I disagree with completely. I think whenever you assert a proposition and there's no negation to contrary proposition, then it's absolutely right in that debate. We can go ahead and attack that.
Because you just said a blanket statement and said it should be held true because that's what you believe. Nobody gives a fuck about what you believe. You show no logical consistency.
That's circular now. You just responded to the same thing. You said that no. That's circular now because you just repeated the same thing. Because you just made a blatantly statement and you asserted the truth because you didn't provide no logical reasoning. That's circular. That's what's in question, buddy. You're not answering the question. Answer the question. Stop providing a circular reasoning. Like, that's circular. I don't care.
Can you like mute or something?
I'm gonna tell you why what you said was stupid. Because you just said that it should be held true because you believe it. You show no logical consistency on why what you said would be the case.
You can mute him like if he's like smirking, like moderate.
You already not
Okay.
Soul.
Y'all can have this dialogue. Cut off.
You just said that you think it's the case, therefore it should be held the case.
That's not what I said at all. What are you talking about? I never said because I believe this thing to be the case, then it's true. I never said that. What are you talking about?
That's literally you're holding it to be true.
That's not. I'm holding it. Yeah. Because a belief is obviously going to be held to be true. Wait, Gambit. But you do that too. You hold beliefs to be true at the basis of it. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead. Let me know when I can respond.
So what you just said, what you just said is, I believe this to be the case. You show no logical consistency for it to be the case.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna answer the burden that you had first before. Got it. Just to make sure.
What's my burden?
Your burden is to prove that argument from ignorance, just labeling it here, is considered faulty style of reasoning. Instead of trying to set a burden on me to prove, you're cutting me off again. You're cutting me off again. No. You're cutting me off again. No, I don't care. I don't care genuinely. You're cutting me off again. Let me finish.
I'm cutting you off again.
Yes, I was continuing. Like, you cut me off again. Right. Like, stop. I don't like that.
Yeah, you already said what you meant. I didn't have to.
You don't even know what the fuck you just said. All right, don't care.
Did you not tell him to like prove his burden, then continue? What's happening here?
Yeah, I told him to set. I had a burden set on him.
You told him to prove his burden. Then you said, "Oh, I'm talking. You have to prove it. I'm talking."
No, you're not tracking either. It seems like I told him to prove a burden, and you can't set this burden on me. And then I was associating what burden he had set on him for clarification. Like, you're not tracking either, clearly. Golly.
Hey, man.
Go ahead, Gambit.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead. Answer the burden.
I'll tell you what, man. Okay, anyway. So, once again, if you're saying that a claim is false because it cannot be proven true, are you saying that's not an argument of ignorance?
Are you gonna answer the question? I'm not answering the questions until you answer the burden.
I'm trying to have a conversation.
I don't care for Arthur Repo type dialectics.
So check it out.
I don't care. I'm telling you. Answer the question that was first set on the burden, or we're moving on from that, and you haven't answered it. It's very simple.
So you gotta help. You gotta help me here. You gotta work with me.
No, I don't gotta help you at all. It's your burden to prove. I don't gotta.
I literally don't. So we can like proceed with the conversation. Like, what do you?
I don't gotta help him with his own burden. What are you talking about? Now get off this nigga's dick.
Understand your argument, what?
It's not my argument. It's his burden. What are you talking about? Get off the nigga's dick. Like, stop dick riding.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. First of all, you clearly didn't hear what I said. I said help me because I'm trying to have a conversation with a dummy. The dummy in question is you. So I'm gonna need you.
Are you gonna answer the burden?
I'm gonna need. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to collect all your brain cells.
Are you gonna answer the burden? Who the fuck is this random? Like I don't even know this nigga. Like I'm on my dick, nigga. Are you gonna answer the question?
You haven't asked the question.
Why does labeling something as an argument from ignorance? I'll repeat the same question. Consider it fallacious in reality. Go ahead.
Why does labeling something as an argument of ignorance?
Consider it faulty of style, such as fallacious, like acquire fallacious reasoning and all. Consider it to be fallacy. Why is it usable? Why is that the case that it's actually fallacious? Very simple question. You deem that to be true because you're asserting argument from ignorance is right. And you asserted the fact whenever you brought up this label of the fallacy that I used. So go ahead. Why is it fallacious? I'm waiting for that. That's been the burden since day one.
So you're saying, whoa. So you're saying if you cannot prove somebody to be innocent, they'd be guilty.
Are you gonna answer the question?
Nigga, do you not hear me talking?
I hear you asking a question.
Okay. So once again, are you saying if
are you asking? Wait, Gambit. Are you asking me a question or are you answering the question? Because if you're asking it, I'm not gonna answer it.
Dummy.
Answer the burden.
Dummy,
what are you talking about? You're asking a question and not answering my question.
Dummy, shut up.
Are you gonna answer the question?
Dummy, shut up. Wait for your turn. Speak when spoken to. Right?
Are you gonna answer the question?
All right. No.
Are you gonna answer?
You're talking again.
Are you gonna answer the question?
Okay. Anyway, so just because you cannot prove somebody to be innocent, that does not inherently mean they are guilty.
Yeah. So is that your question or is that your answer?
That's why substantiate. Oh my God.
Are you gonna answer the question?
You just asked me why it would be the case.
Well, yeah, because
correct?
you just again, whenever you answer the question with a question, you literally provide a circular. You literally say the same thing. You have to provide said justification. I'm asking you. That's what's in question, Gambit.
Hold on. So you just asked me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, you just asked me to explain argument of ignorance to you because you're dumb.
That's
right?
not what I asked. Wait, but you're
Yeah,
already wrong. It's your main premise. You're already wrong. I never asked you to explain to me what an argument from ignorance is. You're already wrong. I asked you to explain why it's fallacious in the way I'm using it. And why is it faulty? I never asked you what is an argument from ignorance? Like, are you not tracking? Go ahead. Answer the question now. Very simple.
Now, you see how I just let you finish, right? All right, dummy. Try to tune in, right? Okay. So once again, right, you cannot base your argument off of an argument of ignorance, right? Because you are literally arguing that something is false because it cannot be proven true. With that same logic, somebody, right, would be innocent if you could not prove them guilty.
I gotta respond
now? No matter what.
I gotta respond
no
now?
matter what.
So,
no matter what, it would be a fact.
So
it would be a fact that they are innocent because they cannot be proven guilty.
So yeah, I'll respond now. So whenever
do you understand how that is not a fact?
So yeah, I'll respond now. So whenever I asked you the question, why is it considered fallacious? I didn't want you to give me what's put into question as your answer. That's also another fallacy called begging the question, and you're kind of giving circular reasoning for definitive proof of why said question is right. So that's what's in question here. Why is a argument from ignorance considered fallacious whenever you use it in a predicament? You're saying you have to provide justification, and it's an unjustifiable variable, so we cannot assume the contrary of this contrary to be factual or true or false. I'm asking you, why is that the case? You cannot repeat the same argument and provide an analogy that follows that similar case. It's not going to appeal to emotion. You're committing fallacy on top of fallacy on top of fallacy to prove why fallacy is said right. Like, do you not get how this is fallacious? So I'm asking you, without begging the question, without providing circular reasoning, without committing any more fallacies, even appeal to emotion, why is this right? Go ahead.
Okay, so once again, right? You're asking me to give you more examples.
No, I'm not. I said definitive proof. I don't want an example. I want definitive proof.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Once again, you are asking me to give you more examples of why an argument of ignorance, right, would be fallacious. However, when you explain any fallacy, and you give an example, obviously it's going to follow the guidelines of that fallacy. So you saying that circular reasoning because it keeps following the guidelines of that fallacy is literally idiotic. Yes, if you give any example, any fallacy, it's going to follow the guidelines of that fallacy. That's how explaining things work.
So
That's how examples work. That's how analogies work.
You want me to respond to that now?
Yeah, respond.
Okay, so yes, obviously it's gonna follow and lead on to a correlation of the foundation. But for you to utilize the same foundation and giving an analogy for the same foundation and the reasoning for the same foundation, that's whenever it gets circular. That's what you did with your analogy. That's what you did with the court case. That's what you did whenever you considered it fallacious and not fallacious. The difference is between what you just said and what you actually did is that you correlated it. You inlined it. You entailed it. The difference between the first part, whenever you gave the analogy of the court case, is that you actually did it with circular reasoning. You went right back to the foundation, and the foundation was your reasoning. You can go ahead and respond to that.
So if I give a positive claim, right, and then you give a negative claim, right, the only thing, right, that's the only time a negative claim is taking over a positive claim.
Are you gonna answer the question? Because that didn't respond to anything I just fucking said.
Yeah,
you just rambled. You just dead ass rambled a 10-sentence word frame, and none of that had anything to do with what I said.
So let me talk.
None of that dead ass had anything to do with what I said.
Let me talk. Because hold on, you're giving. First of all, this is a circumstance with no bearing on it, right? So if we're talking about an argument of ignorance, and I'm telling you why an argument of ignorance is a case, right? And you're telling me to correlate to your argument is simply that something.
I never said. Okay, but Gambit, you're not understanding. I never said correlated to my argument. I said correlate the fallacious usage of it. Why is it fallacious? In a predicament, of course. Wait. One sec. No. One sec. In a predicament or the scenario of my argument being actually fallacious, obviously would be deducted from that variable. But that's what I've been asking the whole time. Literally just provide why argument from ignorance is fallacious. No, you didn't. You gave circular reasoning and fallacy on top of fallacy on top of fallacy. You gave fallacious reasoning on top of why such thing is committed to be fallacious reasoning. Why are you stuttering? You sound like a fucking.
I gave you an example.
You dead ass sound like a record player. Like, stop talking, nigga. Fuck.
Hey,
like, real quick,
because you keep interrupting me.
I don't care. You keep interrupting me.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. We're gonna, like I was just trying to do before one started claiming over the other. We're gonna keep with the I'm gonna explain my full part. Then after that, you chop that or you explain your part.
Yes,
so if I hear you cut him off even for 1 split second, I'm muting you. If you unmute and try to talk again, I'm kicking you. Same thing goes for Kakarot. We good?
Go ahead.
So once again, you're just saying you don't like an argument of ignorance, right? That's fine. However, when I'm giving you an example, even if it's based off an argument of ignorance, you would have to say why that would be the case, right? So if I said that you can't. That somebody would be innocent because they cannot be proven guilty, right? You would explain why that wouldn't be the case instead of saying you don't like that. You keep saying you don't like things. Nobody cares what you like.
You done?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I got this whole thing recorded, so I don't think I ever used the word "I don't like this." I think for a much more direct message, I would be using such as a epistemological skeptic here. I'm skeptical to the knowledge of this being fallacious or faulty solid reasoning. That's what I'm using. I'm not saying that because I don't like it, it's not true, and you had to provide my liking for it to be truthful or not truthful. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking you a simple question that you haven't answered. You keep on saying that you're going to obviously appeal to the basis of it, and which I do agree. I think every basis is going to be appealed to provide said deducted value for definition, definement of any word frame or anything, right? I believe that to be the case, and you do obviously by your own indirect concession, right? By that agreement. So saying this, if we both can agree to that, it's totally different to go to your basis and dead ass go to your basis again to provide said reasoning for basis. So your reasoning is your basis here. Your example is your basis. You provide an example of the basis. This is what's wrong with your argument. It's committing fallacy on top of fallacy on top of fallacy on top of fallacy. It's no longer in line just to the foundation, but it is the foundation itself as an example or an analogy form. It's very simple. Go ahead.
Okay. So once again, right? You gave no evidence to say why this wouldn't be the case except skepticism.
Because I never,
at
all. You done?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, I gave no evidence. You kind of just
Yeah, you gave no evidence.
But yeah.
Name evidence.
No. Ignite. He's cutting me off. Mute him.
You're just
Ignite. He's
explaining
cutting me
yourself.
off. Mute him. He just asked me the question. Thank you.
Like I said, hold on. Let him speak. Let him speak, Kakarot. Then you say what you was gonna say.
Thank you. So he directly just contradicted himself by saying, "I gave no evidence, but instead I'm taking skeptic stance." So I don't see how that's a problem whenever skeptic stance just questioning your opponent, obviously. And me saying this is not true and providing why it's not true would be obviously a negation to one's opponent, but negating it in a absolute form where you actually think the negative side is true. Me taking a skeptical stance doesn't mean I have to uphold to a burden of proof or prove why said negative claim is right. I'm questioning why your stance is right. Why does, if I may, I'll set two burdens right here on you. The first one is the first one's an answer. I just took a skeptical stance, not a negative stance, right? The second one was, why does a skeptical stance have a burden of proof to abide by? Go ahead. I'll mute myself.
Okay. Anyway, so once again, I said you show no contention other than your skepticism, right? And if I'm giving evidence for my claim, right, and you're just simply saying, I don't really like that. Doesn't work. That's not how that works.
Okay, so again, I never said, I don't really like that. I question why I said evidence for your claims would be sufficient. That's what skepticism in this predicament would be. So I don't get where you're saying, just because I say, I don't really like that, that contention isn't good. I'm not saying that. I'm questioning why said your evidence is good or reliance. What's the sufficiency behind this? It's very simple.
Your belief in something has
Ignite,
no
mute him
bearing
again. Ignite, mute him again. I don't get it. I'm not trying to cut him off or anything, but yeah, I didn't even cut him off. But yeah, so the question here is why is skepticism a position I can't take in the debate? Because that's indirectly what you would be saying here, because it provides no contentions, I guess. Why is that the case?
Because your belief in something holds no justifiable. Your belief in something does not justify an assertion whatsoever. So you saying you don't believe something does not prove something wrong. You would still have to apply evidence, right? If I say this is right because of this, right? And you say, and you hold skepticism, right? Your belief in something has no validity on whether that thing is right.
Okay. Gambit, you can unmute real quick. I just unmute. Gambit, hello, Kakarot. Unmute. I just want to ask you to repeat what you said real quick. I wasn't really paying attention. If you're there, go ahead. You can repeat what you said, please. Do y'all hear him? Hello, Ignite.
Yeah, I don't know if he's speaking or not. I don't know if he's not talking, but yeah, I don't hear him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So your belief in something does not justify an assertion. Okay, so you holding a skeptic stance, you're asking me why you can't just have a skeptic stance without evidence? And I'm telling you, it's because your belief in something does not justify whether something is true or not. That's why you can just not have a skeptic stance without evidence. You'd have to provide evidence. I don't know who you've been arguing with.
Okay, yeah, so it's not really answering the question why can't I use skepticism as a non-contentious argument in the debate where it just questions somebody. You just going back to by saying your belief can't have something that's not an evidently basis to be truthful. I never asserted skepticism to be truthful. I asserted the variable of understanding whenever you say it's so funny. The variable of understanding whenever you say such claims are true with efficiency of evidence and everything. But whenever I question that said evidence and you don't provide evidence behind that said evidence, then it becomes untruthful. It's very simple. You're not really.
Okay, do you know what
you're cutting me off again. Ignite, mute him.
I'm having a conversation.
Yeah, that's fine. But Ignite said if you cut each other off or speak over each other, you're gonna mute it. And if you continuously try to do it while you're okay, I'm not even gonna go on about that, right? So yeah, so basically, back to what I was saying was literally just saying you're not answering the question why can't skepticism used as a non-contentious, a non-direct contentious way? Because it's obviously still continuing your opponent's argument if your opponent can't answer said questions to be sufficient. Go ahead.
Okay. So once again, right? If we both have equal interpretation, right? If we both have two claims, right, and we both have the same amount of evidence, right? You're saying because you're on the opposition that all of a sudden your point would go against mine. Your point would hold true. Absolutely not. Once again, I'm going to repeat myself because maybe you're not understanding, right? Or maybe I'll go more in depth, right? So you're saying your skepticism holds bearing on the argumentation simply because you feel. Can you repeat why again?
I never said it holds anything more than the argumentation. It's just simply if you're questioning somebody and they can't answer the simple question and provide why said answer for question is sufficient enough, then it probably would side with the skeptical side. Because they're questioning it, and their question was in line to get an answer. If the answer is not answered with a yes or no, then the answer is unknown, and it wouldn't support your argument.
Can you elaborate on why it would go to the skeptic side?
Well, yeah, because if the answer is like an unknown variable, it obviously wouldn't go to the side that is providing why said answer or basis for answer is right.
That's not what I asked you. I said, why would it go to the skeptic side?
Yeah, that's what I'm that's what I'm answering. Like, stop.
No, you said it wouldn't go. You said it wouldn't go to my side.
He's cutting me off again. Ignorant, please.
Why would it go to the skeptic side?
Thank you. Right. So I said it obviously wouldn't go to the affirmative side or the positive side. The oppositional side, where the question was entwined from, where this is their position, where they're questioning it. This is their right metaphor. This is what they use for a debate purpose. It will go to that dialectical side. The reason being is because that's what their basis has from. They withdraw this information from their basis, and because they questioned it, they're right in that sense. Not right in the sense of it being truthful, but right in the sense of it being debate truthful. Like, you're literally yapping.
Give me an example.
Give you a what?
An example of how that would be, when that would be the case.
So if your opponent provided if like you're debating, right, a topic, and saying like, Goku has said erasure existence from Haki. Your opponent is taking like Gojo or somebody, right? And you try to provide reasoning for why Goku has said example of Haki, right? Your opponent questions it. You can't answer the question of explaining why Goku has some example of Haki, for example, erasure existence or anything. You cannot prove your side to be right with Goku. Inherently, the negative side, which was negating your proposition, is inherently right.
So you're using an example of why Goku would have Haki, correct?
Well, I'm using an example as in like one side's putting forth
Hey. He muted himself. He's all good.
Yeah. So you're using an example of why Goku would have Haki, correct? And then now you're asking, why would Goku have Haki? And you can't answer that question. Obviously, if you can't answer the question of your claim, right, you can't substantiate your claim to begin with. That was a stupid example.
Okay, so the example is very simple.
No, the example, it was simple. Too simple. It was so simple.
He's cutting me off again. Thank you. Yeah, so if what I said was too simple and understandable, then you would logically agree with me now. You're cutting me off again, Ignorant. Please, like, keep this nigga muted at this point. Like, he's really like stupid. He's not understanding anything.
Are you black? So, I don't know if you can say that.
Yeah, I'm mixed. My fault. Like the fuck, but yeah.
Say half.
Yeah, I'm half. My fault. Who the fuck says half? Like, nobody says that. I never heard somebody say half. Doesn't even matter. But yeah.
Hey, regardless. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie.
Can I get back?
Hold on. This isn't. Unfortunately, this isn't going nowhere. So.
No, I just wanna say one more thing, and then you could like hurry up in a second.
Yeah, y'all can say one more thing, and then
that's fine.
We're like.
So inherently, whenever that example is simplified to the Jurassic degree where I have to like put in monkey terms for Gambit, obviously, like he's really not that smart, right? So whenever it's simplified to that extent and everything, right? And the example he holds to be simplified is truthful in that manner. The example just holds this like summarization of it. It holds that the person questioning it, if the question was not answered, the question that was negating one's proposition is right. In the case of saying that you labeling a fallacy is inclined in directly correlating it to be faulty, sour, or fallacious in itself, whenever you just label something to be fallacious, meaning that it's actually fallacy use, right? But whenever I question that and negating it and you can't answer it, unless with fallacies over fallacies, then it's like, just doesn't make sense. It's fallacious again. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, you can go ahead and respond to that. This is like our last words. Anything.
He's black. I can't turn on the camera, so I'm not going to do that.
So this whole thing was off whether argument of ignorance can be held as fallacious or not, right? And he was saying X is false. X is false because it cannot be proven true, can be held as a true claim, right? And what we're saying is, or at least what I'm saying is, it can't be. That's the reason why it's a fallacy in the first place, right? I provide an example as just because you cannot prove somebody innocent does not mean they're automatically guilty. I think everybody would agree with that. Just because you can't prove somebody innocent does not mean they're automatically guilty, right? Everybody follows that logic, right? And then he holds the stance where his counter to that isn't to debunk that they would for a fact be innocent, right? His counter to that is he's skeptic. He doesn't believe it to be so. However, his belief has no bearing on whether something is true or not. He's holding the skepticism stance and saying, oh, well, I don't believe that. Have further proof. However, when I give him further proof, he says that's circular reasoning because it's the same example you gave me last time. However, these same examples are going to be based off of argument of ignorance to begin with, right?
Well,
So once again, right? You being a skeptic holds no bearing on the argumentation whatsoever. And you giving the example of can Goku use Haki, and that being my claim that Goku can use Haki, and you then asking why Goku can use Haki, and me not being able to substantiate my claim is completely different than the argumentation we were just having.
Yeah, so I don't think. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing. One thing I want to say is, hey, Kakarot, you're a troll for saying Haki. You're a troll for saying Haki.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the nigga said Haki. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, you know what he meant though. Yeah, Goku uses Haki now, guys. W.
Yeah. I thought he was trying to argue what's it called, crossverse.
No, he said Goku has existence. Hold on, no, Kakarot. He said in his example, he was saying Goku has existence ratio via Haki. But he meant Hakai.
Yeah, I know Hakai.
But anyways, time to go back to my questions, right? So like once again, like I asked you before, I'm just like clarifying. Were you saying that Big Almond won the point because he made the last negative claim?
He just made the last claim that negated yours, yeah. If it's equal.
Okay, so what? Okay, so are you saying that the points that the points that I made, regardless of if the negative claim like attacks them or not, he would still win the point because of that? Because we got the last one?
No, so inherently whenever the negation of the claim is coming through, it's going to usually attack it just by oppositional manners. Like it's the basis of the basis is opposite for a reason, and they're negating one of each other. But the thing about Almond's thing and what he told me is that he provided said last negation to be like lad negation, right? And you didn't provide no supplementary add-ons for a positive side being true. At that point, yeah, I do believe on like an outside skirts, Almond would win that pretty easily if that is true.
Okay, can you tell me what his last point was then?
No, that's why I said he just said it, and now you're saying he just told me that he brung up the last negative claim or the negation of your claim.
Okay, no, the negative claim only matters though if it attacks the point. It doesn't matter if he made the last point or not.
If you acknowledge it has like justification or suspension, sure. But if he, like I said, if he brought up a last negative claim and just negates your claim, and then you don't say anything after, like no supplementary add-ons, nothing, you didn't acknowledge that at all, then that just goes to him.
Okay. So here's the problem with that though. It does not negate the claim though. The last thing he said did not negate my claim. That's why I'm asking you if you know what he said last, because I can repeat it if needed.
That's the thing. That's why I've been saying whenever even I was talking with y'all in the other live, I said under this hypothetical diagram where the negation of the claim does negate your thing, and it's a last negation, then it inherently goes to Almond. I've been said that even at the start of this live. But I don't know what it was. Okay, that's why I need y'all to clarify it. But neither of y'all felt the need to clarify it whenever I asked y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so because he was like I said before, right? The last thing he said doesn't negate anything that I said. Every point that he made didn't negate anything that I said. His premise and the last point was since Yujiro has not since Yujiro is not fighting Baki to the death, and he's not in a life or death situation, he's not at full power, so we cannot say that Baki scales to Yujiro. But my premise and the point that I kept making and kept giving different examples of this as well and kept explaining it in different ways was that Yujiro, while off guard, which is not a full power Yujiro, an off guard Yujiro, is capable of dodging lightning. Therefore, via productivity of the body, he would scale above said speed that he dodged the lightning with when he's on guard via, once again, productivity of the body. And Baki is capable of reacting and keeping up with a Yujiro who is on guard, which he never attacked that claim. So it never negated it. You can't, if he's not attacking said claim, it can't negate the claim.
Okay. I don't want to repeat like the negative claim just in the basis. Inherently, whenever a negative claim and the positive claim are brought forth and no reasoning is provided, nothing, right? It's just neutral. They're inherently
You just changed the whole topic. Obviously, if somebody says, "Oh, I believe this character's light speed,"
yeah, no, wait, but you're not understanding. Wait, Gambit, you're cutting me off. You didn't even let me finish mid-sentence. What I was gonna say is that if he provides said supplementary add-ons like the lightning and the productivity of a body and everything, right? And then the other opponent negates it by equalizing it because it's neutral again because it's supplementary of the supplementary add-ons from both sides.
Okay.
But at that point, if you're saying the negation doesn't negate it, then it doesn't matter.
So that's fine. That's fine. That's not what you were saying.
That's literally what I was starting with. You don't understand. You don't let a nigga finish. That's what it is. You cut a nigga off mid-sentence and everything. Like, that shit's annoying. Like, yo, fat ass fuck IRL, you fat neck bitch. Like, stop talking to me crazy. You ugly molar body bitch. I smack the fuck out you.
I don't know. Nigga, nobody likes you. Nobody likes you, nigga. Like, shut up. I swear to God.
Bro, guy, he had ADHD.
Like, what the fuck wrong with you?
Candy. I don't know what's wrong.
Hey, chill out. Hey, chill out. Hold on. My questions is not done.
I had too many Jolly Ranchers this morning.
Hold on, Kakarot. I'm not trying to keep muting niggas anymore. Like, all right. So, like I said before, the question I asked before. All right. So when it comes to you said inherently the claim would be attacked if he's on the negation. Okay, cool. But guess what? Even if he's attacking said claim, if it's not actually addressing the point, then it doesn't matter. Relevancy always matters within a debate. So the relevance of his point has to stem from my point, since he's on the negation of my point. But he did not address my point. My point being, an off-guard Yujiro can dodge lightning. I don't need to go into supplementary details if he's not even negating that point, the premise itself.
Yeah, so, you told me you was gonna, like, tell me what he said. Like, what was the last negation he said?
I already said that. I already told you what the last negation he said.
So, wait, did he say the last negation of the debate?
Huh?
Did he say the last negation of the debate before y'all went on to conclusions?
I don't know what he said word for word, bar for bar.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm just asking for like
what he said word for bar is Yujiro isn't like using his full strength against Baki, so it wouldn't be like logical to like assert that like Baki would be relative to Yujiro.
That was I thought that was the second claim. That's what we were just talking about.
That was if I'm correct, that is the last claim he made.
But wait, then
the second claim was.
Hold on, wait. But that doesn't. Ignat just literally said that he was responding to said argument with the body productivity argument and also the lightning speed argument.
He never responded.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, he responded. Hold on. Let me clarify. He responded to me, but he didn't address the point.
So that's what I'm trying to. That's exactly what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's literally what I'm trying to figure out. If he never, wait, but that's what I'm saying. You keep saying he never addressed it, but he responded to it. What was the response that he gave after? If he didn't give a response, then he literally loses. But if you're saying he did give a response, but it didn't address it, I want to know what the response was. Because if it's by a basis and just equalize and negates yours, then he just wins.
We just told you. We just told you.
No, the demon back was before. You just said the response you gave.
So I told. The same. Okay, so when it comes to the life or death situation shit, that's what we were arguing the entire time.
So he gave the same response. The dad's back.
It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same words bar for bar, but it was the same words in a different explanation.
So it was basically the same thing, such as a back amp not being fully quantified for Yujiro. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, then he just repeated the same argument. It's very simple. I don't know the response though.
He didn't give a response.
He didn't. He never. Okay, so like after that, we went to conclusions, right? But I keep saying this. Everything that he said within his argument never acknowledged the shit that I've said. When it comes to the body productivity, you could ask anybody else in that live. You could ask Hezzy for the recording.
That's where I think but that's where I think we disagree at. Whenever you responded to the possibility of the Yujiro not being fully quantified to be like as powerful as he is and everything, even with the demon back amp, whenever you respond to that, I think at that point you won if the response to that he gave was the same as the other one or practically the same. But if you at the point where it's just basis negation and he's negating yours and you provided said supplementary before that and he still negates it with an equalizer, then at that point he wins. Simple. But you're saying he didn't do that in the case. He repeated the same thing. So that's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's very simple. You win that.
The reason Ignan and him went to conclusions was because like Tyler said, push conclusions because like what's his name? Almond is just going circular and repeating it over and over again. What he said though, after conclusions that I didn't say this in the debate, but that's hyperbole.
That's what I was gonna use whenever you brought up, like if you remember in the last live stream, whenever you brought up like additional information for Ignite, that's what I was gonna bring up whenever how it was unfairly used for to say that he can't bring up this. But obviously that was in reference to the outside skirts, right? So I know that him using like hyperbolic wasn't in the debate, at least from what I heard. I don't think he brought it up. I think he was probably trying to imply it in a way, but I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue that like he was gonna imply it in the debate. Obviously, therefore, it could just be hyperbolic. I'm not gonna argue that. That's so dumb. But yeah, if what you're saying is true, Ignite, where his response to your response where the lightning thing and the body productivity thing is the same response that he gave before, you win. Very simple. But that's not. But remember to my side. That's not what he said. He told me that it was different and it was just a basis for negating your side. Very simple.
He lied to you.
Also, those eyes.
He lied to you, bro. I'm gonna give it a butt, so if he told you, hold on. If he told you verbatim something entirely different when there's multiple people in the line that was saying it was going circular because he was repeating the same shit, he lied to you.
So yeah, but he didn't tell me, like, obviously. He just told me that I asked him the question, did it then negate his premise as the basis? And I said, if that's the truth, then you win. Either way, either in this predicament, if what your say-so is true, if you have like testimony from that now, I'm pretty sure he'll love to give it and everything. But if what your say-so is true, you win. If his say-so is true, he wins. Very simple. I wasn't here at the last one.
Just in case, hold on. Okay, just in case anybody says like Nana's biased because like he's a friend of mine or whatever. Kakarot, were you there for a good portion of the debate?
I'm not even gonna lie. I was only there for when he said that argument of ignorance is held true.
Okay, I'm making sure. I wish Vert was here. Vert was there for the entirety of the live.
Yeah.
And Jay was too. I don't know if they're here or not though.
Yeah, I can invite him.
Yeah.
Vert.
But like,
Jay.
if I get Hezzy speaking, I'm gonna have to ask Hezzy for the recording. Because he is off live. He can send me. He can send me it. He was repeating the same thing over and over again. Even in his conclusions, he said the same shit over and over again.
But in his conclusions, he repeated the argument he used beforehand. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, so I'm like confused. Like Ben Almond, you could come up here and you can explain. Like you can explain your like what you said, and if it's entirely different, I know you're going buck wild.
Fuck nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, plus we have like 3 people. We have 3 people here, and nobody will cut us off. And since I'm like the host, if anybody cuts us off, we just mute. I'm not gonna cut anybody off. I'm chilling.
I'm gonna cut you off.
and I'm gonna kick you.
Alright, bro. Weirdo.
Hit you with that D0 smile. You don't know what to do. Back shots. Yo, stop. Wait.
Yeah, I was literally telling Aiden to push conclusions, and he pushed conclusions because this is going circular.
Yeah.
You invited me the second I was about to leave. That's crazy. I've been trying to get up
I
here
just wanted you to like, hold on.
minutes.
Yeah. Okay. My fault for inviting you for like after all that, but they were having like a little 1v1 session. I didn't want anybody to like try to cut in or anything like that. But
What?
yeah, Big Almond, what did you tell Soul? Well, like, what did you tell Soul your argument was?
I'm not
Or
gonna
what'd you say?
I keep having to say this. I think you guys need to like literally go get the live and get what I actually said.
Okay.
I got like whenever I started the live was whenever I came up to the live. So I might have it on mine. Like I might have like the whole screen record and everything. So I might have it.
That's what I'm saying. You guys need to do real quick because I do remember mentioning the like trying. I was saying some shit like it wouldn't make sense for Yujiro to be using his full power when it's not a battle to the death or anything like that. And then
Ignan, you gotta stop with them faces, son. You fuck up the whole
No, Soul, what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Okay. Now I'm just gonna say this, alright? He was crushing on Soul this whole life. Yo, Ray, get off a nigga. Can't say that. My fault, TOS. Get off my dick. Ignan, don't take offense. Alright, but yeah, Almond. So this is where it gets though. If that was your contention, right, to the response where he brought up the body productivity and the lightning feet and everything, then it would just lead on to like a circular, right? And at that point, you don't really have the basis of negating it anymore.
What are you saying that was a response to?
That was because what I thought. Because whenever I asked you a very simple question. Did you negate the last thing? And the last thing was the body productivity and the lightning feet that he brought up after. Whenever you argued Yujiro could not be at his full power, even if he had the demon back amplification or anything, right? It's possible, right? If you gave that same response afterwards, then he would just win that from there.
Literally did. Actually, he didn't even give a response. Actually, Ignan literally said, "Let's push for conclusions because this is going nowhere."
That's why I asked. Like I wasn't listening at that point, and then I heard.
Like, even Almond said, Ignan said, "Let's push for conclusions because this is going nowhere," and they just gave their conclusions.
If that's the case, the last wording was amazing. But at that point,
Also, Soul, about the body productivity. I know you wasn't there for like the entirety of the debate.
Positivity.
Body productivity. Damn.
Productivity.
Yeah, I meant productivity. But like, I know you wasn't there for the entirety of the debate. But in the beginning, when I was explaining what I meant by body productivity.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I get like what you meant.
In the beginning of the debate, when it was just me and Almond, I explained what I meant by body productivity. Which is
I'm pretty sure you brought up. Didn't you bring up like on guard and not on guard and everything as well with that?
Yeah, okay. And I explained what I meant by that too.
Okay, then I understand.
And he never like attacked that or addressed it.
There's literally just three circumstances from here. Ignan and you push the conclusions. Ignat's like trying to riz me up right now. Ignat and you push to conclusions, and Ignat would have last wording, right? Then Ignat would win that. And the other one, there's another predicament where Ignat wins. Ignat gave that, and your response to it was the same as responding to the last one. At that point, it's circular, and Ignat would win that. If you propose a different negation that negated his side, then at that point, you would win that. But at this point, we seem to have like this testimonial advantage, and even live, and everybody's saying that you didn't. So I'm just confused now. But at the point, Ignat would win.
Yeah, he himself literally said, "Bloody repeated."
D-Balls, just come up here. Like,
D-Balls, come up here. That's my boy.
Bro.
D-Balls used to.
I told D-Balls to get a hair transplant. He said,
D-Balls used to. D-Balls used to go on Discord, debate inverse and everything, and just like ran through it for a bit. Oh god, I remember that. I wasn't even active.
D-Balls is weird.
I miss all the good conversations. Did Ignat just have a seizure? What the hell?
No, I have this little swingy thing. No, not the swingy thing. I sound so childish when I said swingy thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait. Before I even say what I was doing, hey, Kakarot, I'm not gonna lie. You kind of hit when you said that he was a ADHD kid. Because when I get candy, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even a kid. But when I get candy, I go crazy. I'm not even gonna,
For real.
like.
Bro, them Jolly Ranchers be busting. I'll keep it a buck with you.
Bro, yeah, D-Balls, whenever you was just debating, whenever you was just debating on
Hey, me, D-Ball's 20.
like, I'm pretty sure, D-Balls, whenever you started debating on, like, whenever you was actually debating on Discord and had your lore on Discord, like, deadass, I just joined, like, the debate comment and everything. And that was, like, a little while back, so.
Yeah, but what I was doing though, you know the little thing, you know how there's a fan on the ceiling when you're in like a house in certain houses?
Yeah, I know what you like. The vent.
Yeah, there's this thing, the thing that turns on the light from the fan, it dangles. And what I do, I swing it back and forth and I dodge it. That's what I was doing.
This dude's practicing
But
bottom.
it's weird. It's weird because it's taller than me. So it's like
you're short because you're short.
So you're just like dodging the shadow of it?
Short.
I'm 5'10". It's not short.
5'9".
No, I looked at my ID. My ID said I was 5'10".
I love
You're still short.
That shit lying.
You're still
Why
short.
y'all all meat?
That's what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, you're short, bro. You're short, bro.